Hey guys, I'm George. Today we're going to be reviewing DMA's second studio album, For Now. For Now continues with the Britpop vibe, which we have came to expect from DMA's, following their first album, Hill's End. It's very clear they've taken influence from Oasis and the Charlatans, particularly in the songs such as For Now and Break Me. For Now is a very in-your-face album, which really gets the blood pumping, with songs such as For Now and Break Me, which are really fast-paced, which I personally really like. But then it's also taken down a notch with songs such as Do You Need Me Now and Emily White, again, which are really great songs. Starting off with a song-by-song review then, the album starts with the opening title track, For Now, which I really like. Straight away, it sets the tone of the album. You know what you're getting. You're getting fast-paced, you're getting strong lyrics, you're getting guitar riffs. It's just an amazing song that, just sets the album off right. This is then followed by the song Dawning, which I'm personally not a great fan of. Don't get me wrong, it's a really good song. But what I'm not too sure about is the fact that it sounds really similar to the first EP that it dropped, self-titled DMAs. And when I first heard it, I personally thought it was taken off that EP. So it's not very original, and that's what I just don't like about it. Then after that, you get Time and Money. Again, I think is a really good song. You really get to hear Tommy's voice on it, and his singing's really strong on that. That's what I personally like. It's just taken down a bit. It takes the speed down a bit, which leads nicely into In the Air. Again, a very slow song, but it is a great song. I really like the acoustic, and Johnny's acoustic guitar playing. It's really good. Anthem for a festival song, and that's what I really like about it. It's just a great song that just deserves a lot more recognition than what it already gets. And then after In the Air, you go on to The End, which, again, I quite like. It's a good song. Again, it's not as great as the first couple of songs, but yeah, it's a good song. This is followed by Warsaw, which I am not a massive fan of because, yeah, it's a really well written song and it's got some really good guitar playing in it, but it's got potential, but it's just not, it's not pushed to the maximum. It just needs turning up. The drops aren't that great. It's just like flatlined, and it's quite disappointing really because, listening to the For Now and Dawning, you'd think they'd at least push the volume up a bit. Do I Need You Now, again, that's another slower song, and I'm a big fan of it because Tommy sounds great on it. The guitar playing is really good, and it just sounds different to what you've heard before on the album. And it also kind of sounds similar to what you're going to hear later in the album. It kind of just shows you what you're going to get. And I just really enjoy that song. Do I Need You Now is then followed by Break Me. Break Me is another fast-paced song, which I'm a massive fan of. When that was dropped just before the album, that got me really excited. And again, fast-paced, good guitar playing, just sounds a lot like Oasis, which I'm obviously a massive fan of, and it shows the best parts of DMA's. It's probably one of the best tracks on the album, definitely one of my favourites. Break Me is then followed by Lazy Love, Tape Deck Sick, and Health. Again, these are three slower songs, which this is definitely the weaker part of the album. I'm not a fan of really any of the songs. They're not bad songs, don't get me wrong, but they're nothing special, and they've kind of just been added, filler, just fill the album out, and it's just a shame they're kind of bulked together because you start losing interest in the album. I remember when I first listened to it, it just kind of put me off just the last four songs of the album, which was a massive shame because those three songs then followed by Emily White, again, a really good song, slower than the others, but I like how it's different to Hill's End, that they ended the album by Play It Out, fast-paced song, just then all of a sudden just bang, that's it cuts off. But Emily White just kind of ties the knot on the album, and you get to hear the best of the band. You get to hear Johnny's acoustic guitar, you get to hear Tommy singing great. It's just a great song to end it with. It's got the potential to be a great anthem. Over time, I really enjoyed it, and after a lot of listens, it really grew on me, that song. And as a whole, the whole album grew on me as a collective. It just blends well into each other. You've got the good balance of fast-paced songs, so you're not overwhelmed by it. You've got a good balance of slower songs. Yeah, there's a few, 3 or 4, songs that they're not badly written. They're just not that great compared to the others. The Boss. I'm just disappointed by Dawning as well. Like I said earlier, should it have been? Was it original? That was what I liked about this new album. It was different to what they've done before, but it still kept the same, meaning. You knew what you were getting with the album. It was just different. Dawning just kind of, it just sounded like it was something off the EP they released years back. But overall, I'm a massive fan of the album. Obviously, I've got it on a record of it there. I've got the red record, and I've also got a signed print of it. Overall, I'd rate the album 7.5 out of 10, just because even though there's some great songs out there's just one too many weak songs in there. Like, compared to the others, it just doesn't carry it to be a great album. I definitely recommend listening to it, and I definitely recommend buying it on record because it's worth the money you pay for. It's definitely worth listening to. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope to see you again soon. Please like and subscribe. See you later.